Hey, what's up, Dividend Nomads? Welcome back to the channel. I know today's video is kind of not scheduled, but I sold two things yesterday for profit, actually. Not for a lot of money, but I did sell two things for profit, so I walked away unscathed. Spent a little bit of money, bought a couple of things, but not much. I didn't spend a lot of money. I kept mostly cash. But anyway, I'm going to dive into my computer today. I'm going to share with you the sale that I made, the two things that I sold, and share with you the outcome of that sale. And I'm also going to share with you what's in my portfolio right now. And I want to compare some of these things to the index or the underlying, just to show you some, what it looks like investing in different type of things. But first and foremost, let's just dive into the computer and let me share with you what I have in the portfolio. So let me record the screen for you on my computer, maybe. All right, record. All right, here we are. This is inside of my spreadsheet. Now, for most of you already know, but if you don't know, this is not my spreadsheet. I didn't make this spreadsheet. I'm not taking credit for it. I just downloaded this from some other YouTuber. I ain't got time to be making spreadsheets, and I just don't care about making them, to be honest with you. But that being said, I do recommend that you get a spreadsheet from somewhere to track everything. Just because if you're just writing in a notepad, you can't really see all the details in terms of like your total return or market return, all these things. Like it breaks down everything in an easy to read way. And I can open this up and see within 30 seconds if I really want to get rid of something or not. It's just super easy. I don't have to do a bunch of math and all this and that. So I suggest you do that. But anyway, let me get into this, open up the positions tab. So this is what I have in the portfolio right now. Let me make it bigger for the visually impaired. So the top one right here, Misty, 1,001 shares, 24.45 is my cost. You can see right now it's 18.89. Okay, NVIDIA, only 38 shares. I didn't buy any of this. I opened this position, then I changed my mind about it, and I didn't add to it. But yeah, so I'm looking to get rid of this, but not yet. 22.63 is my cost. It's 17.04 right now. YMAG, 420 shares. My cost is 18.72, and right now it's at 15.18. XDTE, which is the SP 500, obviously the cover round hill one. 165 is 165 shares. Sorry, 48 is my cost, and right now it's trading at about $45. QDTE, I've got 110 shares, $36 is my cost, and it's at like almost $35 right now. So that's what I have in the portfolio. And let me show you this real fast too while I'm here at this page, and then I'll share the sale with you. Maybe. Come on, man. Okay, this stupid thing. I'm trying to make this where you can see it easily. And yeah, so let's just go here. This is what I want to show you right here. These return percentages, right? Just trying to make it bigger so you guys can see really good. Okay, so here, Misty, you can see my total return on Misty is positive, right? So it's total return 1.58%. So I am up on this. If I sold it, I would still walk away with more money than I started with in this position. So that's a good thing. The rest of them are all negative. So you got NVIDIA, it's down 11.7% on total return. I'm not worried about market return. Honestly, I'm just looking at total return, make sure I get all my money back before I exit a position. And so speaking on that right now, before I go into the rest of this, the two positions that I sold, they were positive on total return. And that's why I walked away from them, because they actually were negative. Like they were positive, then they flipped negative over this really bad few days we had, or downturn we had. And then they had a bounce and they flipped positive. When they flipped positive, I sold them and walked away from them. We'll get into that in a minute though. Anyway, YMAG, I'm down 13.5% total return. XDTE, 4.17% total return. And QDTE, 3.74% total return. Those are negative numbers. You can see they're red, obviously. But this is what I want to show you real quick before I get into the sale. I want to do a couple of comparisons here. So I've got this stock analysis website showed up. Let's open this up real fast. You see XDTE right here? It says the market return is minus 6.73%. Okay. And the total return is minus 4.17%. So keep that in mind. If you look over here, this is the SPY, the S&P 500, which is what XDTE trades, right? And if you look here, this is a year-to-date chart. So year-to-date, this is down 5.91%. right? So 6%. We'll just call it 6%. And over here in my portfolio, I'm down 4%. That's total return. But if you look at the market return, so if I took all the dividends out, I would be down 6.73%, which is slightly more than this 5.9, but it's not bad, right? So 6%, and this one's what? 6.7. So 0.75% lower than what the market is. So this is pretty good. It's not bad, right? That's not really, a rapid decline. It's just following the market. It does what the market does. And this is why I told y'all I wanted to be more in the index than single stocks. QDTE, let's go look at the Qs. I haven't looked at this yet, but I'm curious what it is. But let's go look at the Qs. Let's see, just for fun, Q. Okay, so this is the NASDAQ. Let's go to the year to date. The NASDAQ year to date, look at that. It's down 8.39%. And the QDT is only down, market return, 3.89%. Well, this is based on my cost average, okay? I'm not sure. Depends on when you bought QDT, how much you're down. But based on my cost average, I'm down 3.89%. And this is down 8.39%. So this one is doing really good for me. I'm doing better than the market is doing with this position. So, but it is following the index going down. It does what the index does, which is good. That's what you want to do. You want to do what the index does. Let's go look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA's underline, just for fun here. NVIDIA is NVIDIA, right? Okay, let's go check out NVIDIA. Let's check out the year to date, minus 14%. All right, and this position, look, the market return, minus 24%. So 10% lower than the underlying, right? 10% less than the underlying. So this drops a lot more than the underlying. That's why I don't want to be in single stocks right now, because I don't trust them. Like Tesla, right? 85% sales decline in Europe, like 50% sales decline here in China. Lots of bad news here in China about Tesla. The company's messing up really bad, and that's why I sold Tesla, and I sold it for profit. But I did get out of it, and that's why I'm getting out of a lot of these single stocks. NVIDIA is one of the ones that I plan to get out of, because you guys probably don't see it because America don't really say this stuff on the news much. But here in China, they've been starting to manufacture their own chips, and they're producing more powerful chips and better chips than NVIDIA produces. And they did it, like they didn't want to do it. They wanted to buy the chips from NVIDIA, but America put the tariffs on the Chinese government and blocked them from buying. So they started developing their own, and the ones they developed are better than the ones we're developing in America. So, I think NVIDIA is gonna have some struggles coming up down the pipeline, just like Tesla has. Tesla's main competition right now is Chinese EV makers, because they're making cars that are better than Tesla's, and everybody's buying them, and they're cheaper. And so Tesla's struggling. That's why I get out of it, and that's why I'm looking to get out of NVIDIA, because this problems NVIDIA is having with the competition right now. What else? I got rid of Coney. I sold Coney, and I sold Coney because Coinbase, it just has way too many junk cryptos, and it's just kind of like I don't know. For me, I wouldn't call it a meme stock, but it is kind of like a meme stock in a way. And I don't know. It doesn't really follow the price of Bitcoin. Like Misty follows Bitcoin, right? Whatever, or MSTR follows Bitcoin. Whatever Bitcoin does, MSTR does that, and Misty pretty much does that too. But Coney doesn't follow Bitcoin, and with these huge, market pullbacks and stuff like that, Coney can drop like a rock, even if Bitcoin is going up. So I decided to cut Coney out also, and just keep Misty as my only Bitcoin play for now, even though I am considering buying YBTC as well. But so I cut my Coney also. But let's do a quick comparison with Misty real fast, just for fun. I'm just curious, because I haven't looked at this myself either, to be honest with you. MSTR, MicroStrategy, let's see. Well, they have a good looking chart, kind of. Let's see, year to date, minus 9%. And look, my market return on Misty is minus 22%. So it's down actually more than double what the underlying is down. And see the total return though is positive because the dividends are so huge. So, and we all have seen Misty fluctuate, and also with the crypto regulations or what crypto might possibly go through with under this Trump administration. I do believe Misty is maybe one of the only Yomax funds that can actually get down here at these prices and go back up above $20 or whatever, right? I mean, if it stays above $20, that was an inception price. We're doing really good. So if it gets up there again, and I believe this one has potential to do that, as opposed to many of the other ones, like some of these, like Marrow and what's another one? The PLTR, the PLTY, the Palladium one. I think they're going to struggle. I mean, I think Palantir is a great company, and I think they're going to do good. But the way the stock is traded, and also with all the meme hype, and also PLTR is overvalued. So I think PLTY will struggle to to maintain its value as well, or to go back up to that $70 something it was at before. So I don't really have much faith in those. So what am I planning on doing? I'm planning to keep XDTE and add more and more and more to it. Keep QDTE and add more to it. YMAG, I'm undecided about that one, to be honest with you. I'm really not sure. I might cut it, but I'm not going to cut it till it gets positive. NVIDIA, I definitely do want to cut it, and I probably will cut it, but I'm waiting for a positive total return before I cut. Misty, I plan to keep this one because I do believe this one just has the potential to at least, it's going to have volatility, but I think it has potential to stay around that $20 price or higher. So I'm going to try to stick this one out, and hopefully it does what it's supposed to do for me. Let's get into the sale. Let me see, sold positions. So here's where I'll keep track of all the sales, okay? So the last two that I just sold, which I just told you about, see, you've seen these other ones I sold before. I had NVIDIA and sold it before. But anyway, this is the two I want to focus on because these are the ones I just sold, Tesla and Coney. You can see right here the date I sold them was March the 14th. Look, Tesla, I sold 180 shares, and Coney, I sold 1,819 shares. So the average cost on Tesla was $11.29, and you can see I sold it for only $8.58. So you're probably thinking, how did you make profit? I'll show you in a minute. Coney, $15.41 was my price, and I sold Coney for $8.52. But you can see here, look at this, the current price, look at that. Tesla's current price is $8.24, so I sold it for more than what it is now, and I did the same with Coney. I sold it more than what it's priced right now. But let's get into the returns. This is what I want to show you. Oh, we can do it here. Just keep in mind, it's going to be hard to see all this on one screen, so I'm going to do it this way. But if you keep in mind here, let me get over here. Okay, so the top one right here, there's three of them. The top two, let me get it there. Okay, these two, there you go. The top one is Coney, or the top one is Tesla, sorry. The bottom one is Coney, right? So the top one right here, hopefully you can see my mouse, probably hard to see. It says market return, minus $487 on market return. But total return was $49. So I walked away with $49 more than I started with. Okay, I didn't make a lot of money, $50. Who gives a shit, right? But I didn't lose money, right? I made money, and the total return, you see 2.42%. So I did walk away with a little bit of extra money, and I got out of the position before there's more damage, and I walked away negative. So I took advantage of that bounce in the market. And the same thing for Coney. You see your total return, $346 profit. That's all I made after like 6 months. It was doing really well, and then it just got beat down so much, and it was negative at one point on total return just a few days ago, and it bounced back, and I walked away with a little bit of extra money in my pocket. That was 1.2% extra, so not a big deal, right? So in total, we've got what, 3.5% return is what I made on both of these after like 6 months. So not a very good return, but I did walk away with more money than I started with. And that's the main thing, is don't take losses. And that's why I held them and waited to get this return back, because they are paying dividends, right? When it's paying dividends, you can't go positive unless you're getting some really crappy dividend. You got a really crazy price. But if you do it, you know, in a, I guess, a smart way, we call it a smart way, but a strategic way, then you can walk away with a positive return if you have the patience to stick it out, and if you're not like, you know, margin to the max, and then your whole house falls down because you've maxed out margin on this kind of stuff. You don't want to do that. Well, I don't want to do that. You can do what you want to do, but no, I'm not doing that. But anyways, you can see I walked away positive on these two. I'm talking too much. Sorry. These other ones that I got here, just a quick summary. Okay. Quick summary. Tesla, Coney, out of here. NVIDIA, I have, but it's on deck. It's going to be out of here soon. Misty, I'm not going to sell. No plans to sell it right now. I'm not going to say never, but I'm not going to sell it now. There's no plans. It's not on the chopping block. NVIDIA is on the chopping block. YMAG, I'm undecided. I like the big juicy dividends, and it does stay pretty stable, but Yield Max, all the Yield Max funds really struggle in this down market, which means YMAG is going to struggle because YMAG isn't really the Magnificent Seven. It's just the Yield Max funds that trade the Magnificent Seven. They don't trade very good. So we'll see. XET, QDT, I'll be adding a lot more to those. And I'm also considering buying YBTC. And after putting a lot of thought into the AIPI play, I'm still undecided about that. I might not buy that one because there's a lot of AI stuff coming out here in China right now that is much better than what's happening in America. And if that's the case, this the underlying holdings that AIPI has, they might struggle too. So I'm undecided about that. So for now, Misty, XETE, QDTE, maybe YBTC, the NVIDIA YMAG possibly on the chopping block. And I got like 15,000 in cash in the portfolio that I can spend, and I haven't spent it yet. So I'm looking to spend some money there. Actually, I got some money coming today for Misty and dividends too. So anyway, man, I hope this is not too long a video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.